Anthony Edwards, a shooting guard, has been one of Team USA's best performers, and there's no denying that he's evolved into their main source of offensive production. During the FIBA World Cup, Edwards' electrifying play and slashing prowess won him a lot of new admirers. Let's hope he can continue to soar with the Minnesota Timberwolves. In a recent interview, Team USA coach Steve Kerr complimented Anthony Edwards' performances, emphasizing that the team depends on Edwards to generate offense, and noting that Edwards stays confident, no matter what is occurring on the floor. According to Tim Reynolds of the Associated Press, he's a guy that we count on to generate offense. He had a tough first half, but hit that first shot of the third quarter. He is one of those men who maintains his confidence no matter how things turn out for him or the team. You can always count on him to continue attacking and acting aggressively. Without a doubt, Anthony Edwards' unwavering confidence is a valuable quality. A player may step up even when they are having a horrible game by being composed, and it is obvious that Edwards will continue to try to have an influence on the game on both ends of the floor, regardless of the circumstance. Throughout the FIBA World Cup, Anthony Edwards has averaged 16.5 points, 5.0 rebounds, and 2.8 assists per game. In order to win the gold medal, they'll need him to continue playing well throughout the entire competition. Without a doubt, the pressure of playing in the spotlight causes a lot of athletes to give up. Anthony Edwards, however, is an exception. Edwards previously stated that, despite being the top athlete for Team USA, he is not under any pressure. Anthony Edwards clearly believes in the time he invests in enhancing his game. There is no doubt that developing one's game fully is crucial to making sure that one is ready for any scenario, which reduces stress. Anthony Edwards has an amazing ceiling as a player because of his talent, love of the game, and desire to constantly develop. Players from small markets routinely switch teams in the NBA to join franchises in larger cities. Many have already predicted that Anthony Edwards will experience this at some point in the future. In fact, Patrick Beverley, a former player for the Minnesota Timberwolves, asserted that Edwards would quit the team, saying that this is just what happens. It is uncertain whether Anthony Edwards will eventually leave the Minnesota Timberwolves. Edwards and the Timberwolves last summer reached a notable 5-year, $260 million contract extension, and it is obvious that he is at least willing to remain with the team for the coming several years. They should be able to fight for a title in that amount of time. Edwards was inspired by Kerr's remarks to work harder, and as a result he has developed into one of the most exciting young players in the NBA. The Warriors, who had the second pick, were still unable to select Edwards, but they informed him he needed to put in more effort to have a chance to play for them. Since Steve Kerr has been Team USA's head coach since 2021 and has coached the NBA 5 times, he has had the opportunity to watch some seriously talented athletes. Anthony Edwards, a top player out of Minnesota, made his debut with the USA during their FIBA World Cup campaign and has excelled. He has excelled in crucial situations, as evidenced by his performance against Jordan last night, which included 22 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists in just 18 minutes. Jaren Jackson Jr. and Steve Kerr have praised Edwards' defense despite the club having the 2022 Derby. Steve Kerr allegedly told Anthony Edwards that his work ethic wasn't good enough. Anthony Edwards was compared by Steve Kerr to Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, and Stephen Curry. Anthony Edwards claims that Kerr's guidance turned him into a madman in the gym. One of the NBA's top stars is Anthony Edwards. With Team USA this year, the Minnesota Timberwolves player advanced in his career, and he most recently gave Steve Kerr credit for it. At the 2023 FIBA World Cup, Anthony Edwards received coaching from Steve Kerr, the head coach of the Golden State Warriors. Edwards revealed to ESPN how Kerr openly pushed him to improve. Last season, Anthony Edwards scored 24.8 points per game on average for the Wolves. However, he is still capable of significant improvement, and if Steve Kerr needs to gently taunt him, he will do it without hesitation. At the Timberwolves Media Day on Thursday, Edwards discussed the critical remarks made to him by the Warriors management during his pre-draft workout with the team in 2020. Edwards claims Warriors head coach Steve Kerr built up the prospect's hype while criticizing Edwards for not training hard enough. Edwards joined the group for dinner following his workout. Even at number 1 overall, they told the prospect they wouldn't have taken him. Golden State was harsh on Edwards, but they did make a mistake in the selection. Wiseman was moved to Detroit last season after being a non-factor for the Warriors. Edwards, meanwhile, has more than lived up to his reputation as a #1 player and was selected for his first All-Star team last season. Steve Kerr's Team USA training helped Anthony Edwards become better. Despite Kerr's tough words, the Minnesota Timberwolves All-Star felt more grounded as a result. The top pick in the 2020 NBA Draft discusses his time with Team USA and how a humble experience helped him achieve greatness. The coach of the Golden State Warriors stopped him frequently as he ran through the drills. The 58-year-old was disappointed in Edwards' performance, especially when compared to other players who trained with him. The shooting guard initially questioned why Kerr kept blocking him. The latter answered by drawing comparisons between him and Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, and Stephen Curry. The former trio from 2016 to 2019 put in a lot of effort, and Kerr wants the Timberwolves player to remember it. He was so determined to demonstrate his argument that he even declared that the Warriors would not select Edwards if they had the first pick in 2020. Kerr felt that his performance throughout training was far from satisfactory. Players would typically wallow in depression after hearing these kinds of remarks. Some people would also become irritated by the uncalled-for statements. Others, like Edwards, had the proper attitudes to accept the criticism and keep working on themselves. The 22-year-old All-Star immediately spoke with his trainer and inquired about ways to get better. He had no idea what to do, but he was determined to get better. The participant on the All-Rookie team was inspired to action by the critical remarks. In the NBA, his statistics show that the training was worthwhile. He averaged 24.6 points, 4.4 assists, and 5.8 rebounds in the previous season. All of his statistics increased from prior years, demonstrating that the effort he is putting forth is yielding positive results. Anthony Edwards, a budding star for the Minnesota Timberwolves, wowed Steve Kerr, the head coach of the Golden State Warriors, this summer while competing for Team USA. Kerr referred to him as the guy for the group. Despite not winning a medal, there were still some good things to note, and Edwards' growing star was one of them. Kerr is confident that he will leap. Is Edwards the country's best chance to recover the title of world's finest player? Edwards has tremendous skill and has always believed he had the work ethic to be great. But Kerr has pushed Edwards since long before he was under his tutelage with Team USA. According to a rumor that dates back to Edwards' pre-draft workout with the Warriors in 2020, Kerr and then general manager Bob Myers informed Edwards that they would not be taking him. The majority of professional players just require that kind of drive, if you know anything about them. The year's All-Star team included Edwards for the first time. He had his finest statistical season and best on-the-floor effect last year, ranking in the 89th percentile for EPM. He inked a 5-year, $205 million rookie max agreement last summer. He's now being paid similarly to a franchise employee. He has youth on his side when it comes to whether he can win the title of best player in the world. Only 22, Luka Doncic, is the preseason favorite, according to Las Vegas, and the last 5 MVP winners were foreign athletes. When all Americans over the age of 26 and all foreign players are taken out of the top 20 finishers in EPM from the previous season, just Jason Tatum, 25, Zion Williamson, 23, Tyrese Halliburton, 23, and Jaren Jackson Jr., 23, remain. Ja Morant, 23, and Trae Young, 24, who also placed ahead of Edwards in the EPM, are the other 2 competitors. Why is EPM important? In each of the previous 10 seasons, the MVP winner finished in the top 5, frequently first or second. It's not impossible that Edwards could do it. However, he must surpass some accomplished countrymen who are already in his age group. That's all for today. If you liked this video, please give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to receive notifications. Also, express your valuable thoughts in the comments section below. Until then, bye. Also, spend some time watching other videos on the channel.